Do 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 theme song. Do 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 do. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the second hour of Once Upon a Game, season 2, episode 1, where we're playing Microscope Echo, which is Microscope but with actual time travel, and we're doing some sort of like wuxia, like kung fu master, epic battle, between two different clans, the Black Hand and the Ebony Fist. And seeing which one gets the upper hand. So, we just finished our first passes and second passes and our setup, and our Sam is getting ready to begin and choose our focus. And what I wanted to talk about here, in case this is your first time seeing Microscope in any way, your focus is going to be what the entire turn is going to be about. So on everybody's turn, we're going to be able to create a period, an event, or a scene. However, we are constrained by the focus to be what the period, event, or scene will be about. The focus can be very narrow in scope. Like controlling the scope of the focus is how far we drill down into something. So for example, we could pick a focus about a single person's life, or a single battle, or the birth of somebody. And we can kind of like, and then that would mean that we would have to do either like talk about either the legacy of that battle, of like something that happened in like memoriam to it. Like in some way, our period, event, or scene would have to deal with that battle or that person or that birth, right? That is the power of a focus. If you pick like a theme for a focus, like love, then that's a much farther reaching focus in a way. So you expect periods, events, and scenes to show up more wider throughout the timeline. Or if you pick something very narrow, you can expect to get a little bit more of a vertical game where there's more events and scenes that drill down into something. So with that being said, there's two extra things about a focus, or a lens, which I'll get to after you decide on a focus, Sam.
Cool. All right, so I actually already have a focus decided here. The focus is going to be this character, Yuri, the Shaded Dragon.
Oh my god. That's so good.
Awesome.
Is it the shade or shaded?
Shaded.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So now, Sam, that's a great focus. So all our periods, events, and scenes will have to be about Yuri, the Shaded Dragon, for this round until Adam becomes the next focus. So now on your turn, you can make two things on your turn. You can make a period, event, or scene, as long as they are nested, which means a period and then an event, or an event and then a scene. Echo is special because Echo has two extra sort of sub-events in them. Echo has interventions, which are a form of event, and then they also have echoes, which are also a form of event. An intervention is a event that actually sits on top of another event. It's sort of a faction going back in time and fixing another event in a different way. And an echo is a ramification of somebody going back in time and fixing something. Those are considered nested. So if you wanted to make an intervention, then you would also have to make an echo. Okay. So once again, period and general event and scene, or intervention and echo are your kind of triple nested options. You don't have to do nested. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I do actually want to do that. So I think the event that I want to have is Yuri trains at the Umbral Dojo.
Okay. Is that where?
That I'm assuming that would be after the search for the Umbral Dojo begins.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
he or she finds it and then trains there. And then the scene I want to have is Yuri like finding this forbidden technique through like communing and training with her ancestors.
Okay, that sounds like a
at the
dictated
dojo.
scene. So hold on, before we get there.
Oh,
So
sorry.
Yuri trains at the Umbral Dojo. Is that light or dark?
Like
Yeah, okay, I'm feeling that. And then we're going to create a scene.
Sure.
This sounds like a dictated scene. So just so you know, and so our audience knows, when you create a scene, all scenes in Microscope are about resolving a question, and the question sits at the core of every scene. That is what the scene will be about. That is how all of the role playing and all of everything is set in the scene. It's supposed to answer that question. An all play scene is when the three of us will all be characters and we don't know the answer and we're trying to play to find the answer. A directed scene would be if you want to do like a vignette and you know the answer already that you have in your mind and want to be true. So this sounds like you already have an answer. So that's why I think it's a dictated scene, because
Okay.
it would be what does I'm not gonna tell you what the question is. How about you tell us what you think the question will be?
So the question I had in mind is, why does Yuri get this technique? So,
Okay.
like, is it like is Yuri the chosen one and needs
Right.
this technique to bring things back together? Is
We never
whatever.
established the technique yet, because I think
Right.
you did you mentioned it was called the forbidden technique, but I
Yeah.
stopped you. So hold on. So why does Yuri get the forbidden technique?
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that's what you wanted to say in here.
I'd like to. I mean, we can name
Yeah.
the technique in play. I'd like to
Yeah, that's-
leave as much as I can to that.
No, that's I dig that, man. Okay, so why does Yuri get the forbidden technique? And so then the next part, once you establish a question, is you establish the location of the scene. Where are
Okay.
we?
The Umbral Dojo.
Okay. Okay, and now we actually play. You play out the scene like you narrate it to us. What happens, and then you kind of give us the answer unless it's obvious, and then I'll just write it in. Okay.
I'm sorry. Can you explain that one more time?
Sure.
So I set like I basically just set the like where we are, sort of Polaris style.
No, you do both actually. So
Okay.
you describe the question for us perfectly. Now you're actually beginning to roleplay the scene once you gave us that location of the Umbral Dojo. So now, since this is a directed scene by you, you just get to tell us what happens and what events unfold in this scene to give us an answer. Like sort of like a vignette. Like you just tell us what happens in the short like little span, right?
Okay, actually, can I switch it? I actually would rather do it as a played scene.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't know
No
the
problem.
answer to the question.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Cool. Then no, let's do that. Then that means since it's an all play scene, you have the option as the scene creator to require or ban characters from the scene.
Okay.
So are there any you can ban and require up to 2 characters each? So let's start with require.
And then,
are you going to require any?
I just want to also just mention, because it was the first time I played it, it was fun to think about. Also, these characters can exist already, or they can not exist already, and like
Make them up.
it's basically you can say like, I ban this guy that we have never heard of yet, and
Yep.
so you're saying that they exist and that
So
they're
I can
important to this or whatever.
this is
Like,
my option to just create characters. Great. Okay.
Yeah, you can create characters. You didn't have to set it in the Umbral Dojo. Like you could have made like the palace underneath the Umbral Dojo. Like you could make
so,
up
like,
extra stuff, details
Yeah.
about things that
I just want to
originally
mention that
exist.
too. Like, they can exist
Yeah.
or they can not exist yet.
Great.
Exactly.
Great.
Because the number one
Okay.
rule of Microscope is that you can't contradict what's already been said, especially things that are written down. So you cannot. So if you write it down, then it exists as a thing now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd like to require at least one of Yuri's ancestors to be in the scene. That's my only requirement.
Okay. Any band characters?
Oh, actually, also Yuri is required to be in the scene.
Okay.
That makes sense,
Band characters are Takamatsu, the Iron Tiger.
Nice.
Let's see, what's another good, let's say, also banned is Tan the Silent.
Awesome. Okay. So now what's going to happen is we're going to work in reverse to to assign characters. So since you created the scene, Sam, you have last choice of character. So it's going to go me, Adam, Sam, for in terms of picking characters. Anytime you require a character, and they're not selected yet, then either you or Adam have to pick the people, right? So basically, if I don't pick Yuri's ancestor or Yuri, you two will eventually have to be either of them, right? Mm-hmm. I will play Yuri's ancestor. Okay. I will play let's go with Koji.
Cool.
So I will be Koji the Wise is what I would be.
Cool.
I will play Poe, who is Yuri's bumbling attendant.
Oh, great. Okay, so I'm playing Yuri then.
Okay. Now we, in the same order of selecting characters, we get to describe, before the play actually begins, a thought that's in our head that helps describe, that answers this question in a way, right? Like helps frame us the question. So I think Koji is I think Koji is afraid that Yuri doesn't have what it takes to complete the final trials.
Okay.
In order to learn the technique.
All right. Poe knows this place was only just recently found, and it's this place isn't even supposed to exist.
Yeah.
So Poe's pretty freaked out, but he's gonna follow Yuri, wherever she goes. But he's still just like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what's going on. What is this place? Holy crap!
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yuri is searching for an end to the conflict.
Oh, how noble.
Before she betrays everyone and kills her father.
It's not a. Is it a she?
Could be he or she. I think.
We used the male gender for the scene War of the Bonsai.
Oh, you're right. Okay,
but do you want it to be she and have a transformation? Because
no, let's keep it simple.
Okay, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah. So he is searching for an end.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And so once again, right before now the scene begins, we're role playing out this scene in order to answer the question. So if you're not sure what you want to do, point your character in a way that it starts to answer this question. So it's kind of just open where we want to be. I think Koji is sitting on top of a rock, right on the precipice of a massive waterfall, near the dojo. The dojo probably sits below, near the bottom of the waterfall, shrouded in the mists and stuff of the waterfall, and he's just sitting there meditating on this little tiny rock that's sitting, that's jutting out right as the water's rushing down, right, and he's sitting there perfectly poised, luxurious gray beard, sitting there meditating.
Is he obviously a spirit, or does he
No, he looks like the master guy from Kill Bill.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pai Mei.
Yeah, Pai. Oh, thank you. There's
okay.
no punch or punch not. There's no try to punch. Awesome,
yes.
Halloran.
So I think so you're above the waterfall, right?
Yeah, imagine where the water immediately goes down, right?
Right.
There's a rock that's sitting at that right angle, right? And he's just sitting there, right? Or crane posed, right on the rock, right?
Right. So I think Yuri, we see that, and then we zoom out a little bit, and Yuri is there's maybe some sort of ledge, and he's meditating under the waterfall, just with the waterfall coming down on top of him.
All right, yeah. And then Poe is So is the dojo below the waterfall or like
Below.
up, like with okay,
I think below.
okay.
It
Oh
could
yeah,
be
Poe
in the
is
waterfall. Like it could be like a cave behind the water. Like I don't know. Like it could be anything.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. It's like in the cave behind the
Yeah.
waterfall.
yeah. Um, okay, yeah. So Poe wouldn't be there then. Poe's like on the top, like on the top of the waterfall, like with all of the stuff. And Poe's like a little bit bigger, like he's a little chubby, and he's just like he has like a giant bag on his back, and he's just like got like duffel bags and like backpacks, like holding on to him, and he's just like watching Yuri like a little nervous.
I think
He's kind of just standing there with all the stuff, basically.
I think Koji like telepathically, like in meditations, talks to Yuri below, and he goes like, "Yuri, you are about to face your greatest challenge yet."
I am ready. I should not be meditating. I should be training, preparing.
I'm afraid that your time for preparing is nearing a close, my great grandson. Uh, this trial will not be like your other trials. This final trial, you must combat your darkest fears. Deep below the waterfall, is the monster known as the Oni. It is said to only take the shape of that what you fear most.
I fear nothing, Koji.
The hubris of youth will be your downfall, Yuri.
You say this is my final trial, but
Yes.
I know this to be false. After I defeat this monster, I need to go and unite the clans.
Oh, indeed. Your trials are only beginning. The final trial of your training at the Umbral Dojo is at an end. You have many paths to tread from here. Many steps await you on your journey to your ascension, my great grandson.
Then let us be done with this. And then Yuri will stand up and just jump up and onto the onto the top, next to on the shore where facing
Yeah.
Koji.
Okay.
He'll
yeah.
say,
Oh, there you are, sir. And Poe's just still standing there, like he had no idea what was going on, just like So
Yes.
we're kind of here, and then like, oh, hello, sir.
yes, thank you, Poe. We shall be leaving soon. It's
Oh,
time
okay,
that I
good.
faced my father.
Good.
Yeah.
This place is.
I don't think
This company-
Koji reacts to your jump or anything. I think he just sits here still poised and meditating on the rock. Like
Yeah.
he just knows.
Was your meditation fruitful, sir?
Oh.
No matter how much I meditate these days, Poe, I cannot find peace.
I'm sure you will, sir. You're the
Uh-oh.
greatest. You're the greatest the Ebony Fist has to offer.
Hopefully that is enough. But now it is time for us to finish what we have to do here.
Of course.
Take me to this beast, Koji.
Oh, it is not a path I must tread. You must enter the waterfall on your own. I am far too old.
Sir.
Fine.
Who are you speaking to?
Don't worry about it, Poe. There's something I must.
Nice.
Of course.
Wait for me here. If I do
Yes,
not
I
emerge
will.
within 3 days and 3 nights, tell my father that I was lost.
Of course. I will make the camp here and await you.
Yeah, so maybe there's just sort of this path with the mark stones that you
Yeah.
see, that are in the, you know what I mean? So he
Mhm.
follows a path and then gets to some sort of I feel like it's there's the dojo's on a higher cave,
Mhm.
and then as you follow the path down, there's another cave hidden below the waterfall,
Yeah,
and so
totally.
he's just standing out in front of it.
So, do we cut to what is do we agree then that Yuri is just going to fight his greatest fear and get the technique?
Yeah, I think
But like, what is his fear? That's what I want to know. But that's kind of like outside of the scope, because it sounds like we have an answer to the question then.
He defeats the Oni.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, I think that's clear. So,
He gets the technique.
what
It's
do
because
we
he's
think
mastered
Yuri?
his greatest fear in the cave.
Right. Right. So, what do we think his fear is?
Uh, I mean, you're Yuri, so tell us what the Oni look
Okay.
like.
So, yeah. So I think he walks in, and at first it's like exactly what you would expect. Like he walks into the cave, and it's like, it's like the beginning of like a boss fight in like a video game or something.
Yeah,
This giant
totally.
monster falls down, and Yuri, like, he gets, stoic but happy, and takes his fighting pose or whatever. And there's like a minute of him like jumping around, and then he like gets like one like good punch or whatever, like in the
Yeah.
middle of the thing's chest, and it just like pops like a balloon.
Okay.
um and then
Yeah, man.
like
Alarin brings up
basically,
a really good point. But go ahead. So
and then like I think from there he like goes into this like vision.
okay.
um
Yeah, because it could have been
and
decided that that he gave into his fear and learned the technique that way, right?
Oh.
Like you have the option.
oh,
Like yeah, you don't have to
Ah.
defeat it.
That's why it's
that's
forbidden.
okay. Yes, okay, this is
Yes.
perfect. This is perfect. Okay, so so basically what happens is Yori sees this battlefield spread out in front of him, and people with the uniforms of the Ebony Fist and people of the uniforms of the Black Hand are like just like pitch
Yeah,
combat.
duking it out. Yeah.
Um, and Yuri stands before his father, and his father is telling him, he is not able, like he can't unite the clans. Like the war will always continue, and like so long as he's alive, he'll like never let this happen. Blah blah blah. And then you just see Yuri punching him off the cliff, and that's the end of the scene.
So he learns it by giving into the fears.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So Yuri so he basically like messed like Captain Kirk with like Kobayashi Maru, right? Like he like
Yeah.
he did the unthinkable in the test. So Yuri
Oh yeah. So maybe it's like not even that he like punches him off the cliff. Like he like hits him like a series of like times or whatever. Does the 10-point exploding heart tech.
your mic there. Okay. I don't know why your mic like randomly just
Robots
does it.
out, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
that's fine. So,
Good now.
yeah, but I didn't hear what you said because you went to straight robot voice.
So I was gonna say like maybe it's not just like him like punching him off the cliff. Maybe it's like he's like first he's like trying to reason with him, and then like there's like a voice in his head. It's like he won't listen to reason or whatever, and then he hits him with like the 10-point exploding heart technique. He hits him like a series of blows or whatever, and then it just like destroys him.
So he gets the technique from destroying his own father
Yeah.
in his final test. Nice.
And I was going to try, so I think maybe like I'm trying to tie this into like his name. Maybe like this is like this technique has something to do with why he's like called the Shaded Dragon.
Maybe. But your turn's
Um,
over.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. You're right.
By the
I'm
way,
done.
I picked the name Yori because it means trust.
Oh, that's great.
nice. Oh, and so the last thing we do is together as a group for this scene was this a light or dark event or a scene?
It's pretty dark. I think it's
Yeah,
clearly
I know.
dark.
Okay, awesome.
Whether or not I intended it to be.
Yeah, good shit. So, Yuri, the Shaded Dragon. Adam, it's to you. Period, event, or scene, or intervention.
Let's see. let's do an event under War of the Bonsai
Okay.
where Yuri establishes the treaty of the. Oh man, we need cliche kung fu name generator.
Let's see, I can help you if you want.
Yeah. You
The
want
treaty of the treaty of the Three Roses.
Ooh, good one.
establishes the Treaty of Three Roses. And what is it? And what about it? Is that it? What is?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to define what the treaty does or anything?
Oh, it was like I'm like it's the end of the War of the Bonsai.
Oh.
So like, basically, it's like Yuri kind of like he kind of did it, like, but he had to do a lot of crap to actually like establish this piece, and it's a very like tentative piece, at least. Like, we might define it more in a scene or something if we want to, but it's like the end of this long battle, and it's just yeah,
Light or dark?
light.
Cool. I'm going to make a period of time.
Oh, you haven't
It's
done
going to be
that.
dark. It's going to be War of the Bonsai. It's going after War of the Bonsai. And it's called I want to call it something like the Age of No Blossoming. Something like that, right? Oh my god. Yeah. Lamentations of the Cherry Blossoms. And this is a period of time with Yuri's death turns the world into a place of permanent winter.
That's hilarious because the next place I was definitely going was also going to be Yuri's death.
Yeah. So like there's no bloom, like there's no spring, like spring never happens again for this time. And I think that's pretty dark. I think that's a dark thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Time of salted ground. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So, that would be me. That's mine. I'm done.
Okay.
The next thing that we do is we go back to Sam. You get the option to be, since you're the focus, you get to do your double tap thing again.
Okay, so I choose. I get to do a nested thing again.
Yes.
Okay. So now that we have Yuri dying and his name is the Dragon, I'm really tempted to have an event called Dragonfall.
Yeah.
So I think that would happen somewhere between the treaty and the lamentations of the cherry blossoms.
Well, okay. And what do you want it to be? Dragonfall?
Dragonfall, Yuri dies.
Do you okay? I don't want to take this because this is your turn. But
Okay.
could I suggest something?
Yes.
Could this actually be a dictated scene under the treaty?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Because that seems like that could be something under that, or it could be an event under Lamentations of the Cherry Blossoms.
I think it would.
What would you rather do?
I have a good idea for how it could be a scene under the treaty.
Okay, so what is the question?
How does Yuri die?
Yeah. Yeah. I only suggest that because I know, like, because I get what you're saying, and I just wanted to give you another option, interpretation option that you may not have realized. Okay. So how does Yuri die? We need a location.
The location is where would the War of the Bonsai be? The the red flowered fields.
Okay.
And so in this scene, so I just say the scene, right? Because it's dictated, right?
Yep. You
Okay.
just describe what happens.
So in the scene, we see a you know, Yuri walking forward. Takamatsu, the Iron Tiger, is next to him, and they walk forward and meeting with the leaders of the the Black Hand, and we see this discussion. Yuri pulls out a scroll with a treaty on it, and lays it flat on the table. Everybody starts signing, and then you see a woman come out and pour drinks, pour like sake.
Mm-hmm.
And so they like go to toast, and he drinks it, and then Takamatsu and the two Black Hand leaders just all we see them sort of like looking at Yuri and at his cup, and like we see like Yuri doing like the like shaky thing, and then like drops the cup like choking, falls to his knees, and like the last thing we see is him like looking at Takamatsu and doing the but why?
Oh, nice. Betrayed. Betrayed by
Takamatsu.
Takamatsu. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Betrayal.
Okay. So that is dark. I don't know, light. What do you think? It's you.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's dark.
Okay. Love it. Oh my god, I love it, guys. This is awesome. This is so good. I'm really digging this. Okay. That's a really good one. Okay. So that would end your scene then. So then what we're going to do is we update periods. Do you do this if we didn't have any time travel stuff? Sorry, I have to look through the book.
Oh, I should have done this. I thought of something that would have led better into the next scene, but it's okay. I missed
Okay. So at the end of the round, the player to the right of the lens picks a period to update. So that would actually be me. Revise the period description to take into account changes that were already made in history. See, we don't actually change our periods because we didn't actually have any time travel yet, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I guess we don't have to update that. Do we change any? So now we may actually make a group judgment about our two factions. Has any faction achieved its goal? No. I would say no. And then that's it. And then Adam, you become the new lens for the next focus.
Alrighty.
There's no legacy in this game, which is cool. Okay.
All right. So yeah, I think my focus for this one is going to be crime and punishment.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
You're the lens. You do the double tap thing.
I think I'm going to do a period.
Oh, thanks, okay.
I'm going to do a period after Lamentations of the Cherry Blossoms. Because it feels like a lot of this is like still like right after the schism, or like pretty soon after the schism. So I think I want to do a period that's like after that, and then more to the modern stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think this will be let's see. Oh man, I need to kung fu-ify. I'm picturing basically like a Cold War kind of thing, like where it's like a lot of stuff is going on, but there's no real big conflict between the two. But I just need to kung fu-ify the name Cold War. Time of the Hidden Fist.
Ooh, perfect.
That's pretty good. All right, give me a description of the Time of the Hidden Fist.
I think that description was fine. Like a cold war between the two as they vie for supremacy.
How do you spell Vi? VIE?
I think so. Yeah. VIE. Yeah.
VYE maybe something like that.
Okay. So now you can create an event within it?
Yeah. I'll do an event of
It's just these two groups, Dice. It's the Black Hand and the Ebony Fist.
I'll do the Black Hand emerges as the oh no, the Black Hand controls the drug market in Kyoto.
Nice. Is that light or dark?
Light.
Nice. Cool. Okay. Then it comes to me. Yeah. So crime and punishment. Oh, I got it. I need to move these things out of the way. I'm making an event under Lamentations of the Cherry Blossoms. And what I'm going to do is... why can't I make this centered under it? Okay, whatever. The quest of the three thunders. That's just super easy. The quest of the three thunders begins, and this is an event where three heroes from both, or no, I don't even have to be three. Let's do the, I don't want to call it Thunder Quest. Fuck. What do I want to call it? Basically, I'm thinking of an event where both the Black Hand and the Ebony Fist actually work together to return Yuri to the other realm. So basically what's going on is that Yuri's betrayal and Yuri's killing his father means that Yuri cannot go into the afterlife. And because he's there, he can't do that, and his punishment is actually wreaking havoc on the world, and the world can't continue.
Yeah.
So the heroes are like being assembled to like return Yuri to the other realm, or dispatch him to oblivion. Something they have to deal with Yuri, like Yuri's ghost or spirit, before anything can happen again. So I'm trying to think of the four winds. Yeah, the four winds. Assemble to deal with Yuri's spirit and restore spring to the world. That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's light. That's light as fuck. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're totally dragon slaying. I mean, I can't say that because it's not my turn. How about Yuri's? How about Yuri's spirit dragon? Done.
Yeah.
Now it's a dragon.
He's the shaded dragon.
Yeah,
of
well,
course.
that's what I
Now
was
he's the
thinking.
shaded dragon. Yeah, and he's like,
exactly.
yeah, fucking. Oh my god! Holy shit,
like-
guys! Oh my god, that's amazing. That's utterly amazing. Thank you, Alarin. Thank you so much for that suggestion of dragon slaying. That is exactly what I want for Yuri's spirit dragon. Is stuck here, coiling the world, preventing spring.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if
It's amazing.
maybe the four winds at first don't even know, it's not even Yuri the shaded dragon anymore. It's just it's this great dragon spirit. It's the shaded dragon.
Well, you can determine that. It is your turn.
Oh, shoot, you're right.
Period, event, or scene, or intervention.
I want to. I don't get to do the. Oh no! Only I don't get to do doubles anymore because I'm not the lens.
No.
So I would like to have an event, which is the four winds confront the shadowed or the shaded dragon.
Oh yeah. Okay. Light or dark?
Light.
Are you just saying confront? So we don't have an
Yeah,
answer?
exactly. I
Okay.
did that purposefully.
Yep, no problem. In a showdown. Yep.
Or yeah, let's call it the
Is it light or dark?
uh oh yeah, light.
Okay.
Um yeah, that's fine. 4 wins
Cool.
confirmed.
Dope. Awesome. Love it. It's so fucking good. Okay. Now it goes back to Adam.
Okay.
Whatever. It's close enough to being organized.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
I want to do an intervention.
Okay. Do you need help or getting a description of it?
Um.
I mean, like in terms of the rules.
Yeah. Sure. You can
Okay.
explain how that works first, and then
Yep.
ideas are forming, but I think if I
Cool. So to make an intervention, we have to follow these steps. The first one is that you declare intent. Say which faction is going back in time and what they want to accomplish. Number 2, we choose an event. We pick an event that the faction tampers with. You pick an existing event or describe how a new event we have not seen yet originally turned out. You cannot choose an event that is already an intervention. If there is a contradiction token on the old event, remove it. The third step is describe the intervention. You describe what the faction does and how that makes the event turn out differently. And then you mark contradictions, which is put a token on any future event or period that could no longer be true because of this intervention.
Okay.
Fucking awesome.
So yeah. Okay, so the Ebony Fist. Yeah. So if the faction is the Ebony Fist, they're going back into the Great Schism. Back before the manuscripts were stolen, and they're going to alter the manuscripts.
Oh.
Heresy.
Okay. So we're going to make an intervention. And so we're doing this. Is this a new event before they're stolen?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought. That's what it sounded like. But I just wanted to ask.
Yeah. So basically, they know that they're getting stolen, and they're not trying to stop. They're not trying to prevent them from getting stolen. What they're trying to do is change what they are. And so, since afterwards after they were stolen, they're like, well, we're just going to throw them away, and we're going to go the opposite direction. They're making the manuscripts say what they don't want, so they go in the direction that they do want.
Yeah. I totally get it. How do I...
Classic manuscript tampering.
Oh, God. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I'm trying to figure out how to do text to make it right.
That old trope.
Yeah, there we go. The Ebony Fist alters the manuscripts. And this is a 1 because this is the first time we go back in time.
So now, how would is there any going back in could I now frame a scene where we see the Ebony Fist, and I know it's not my turn, but we see the Ebony Fist and the Black Hand fighting in the past, future ones, or is it basically intervening on the intervention kind of thing, or is
No, that just happens on your turn if you wanted to.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So, okay, so now you describe the intervention as well, and now we mark any contradictions that this would have stopped anything. As far as I know, this doesn't actually stop anything linearly.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't really change anything. It's it's more they want to go back and change how they've proceeded. So I guess I guess unless
That's a good
actually watch
setup,
it.
though. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, well, I think what you can do now for your next part is that you create an echo, and now this actually is an event that also creates some stuff. So, for example, when you make an echo, you describe how an event has changed because of a previous intervention or echo. So, an echo could also be an echo of an echo. Every intervention has at least one echo, but there is no limit to the number of echoes that can arise from a single change to history. As the representations ripple forward, as repercussions ripple forward, you could have an echo of an echo of an echo. To make an echo, you follow these steps. Number 1, you declare a cause. You say which intervention or echo is causing your echo. If the player, before you intervened, you must echo that intervention. Number 2, you choose an event. Pick an existing event or describe how a new event we have not seen yet originally turned out. You can choose an existing intervention or an echo event so long as the number on the cause is higher than the number on the card you want to change. If there is a contradiction token on the old event, remove it. Number 3, describe the echo. Describe how this event turns out differently because of the previous intervention or echo. And number 4 is you mark any contradictions. You put a token on any future event or period that could no longer be true because of this echo. If a card already has a token, do not add another. If this echo makes something that was already contradicted possible again, remove that token. All right?
Okay. So
this belongs in a museum.
So the point of going back and altering them is to like basically the Ebony Fist wants like what I'm picturing is that like this is like the more radical members of the Ebony Fist and like they want to do more, but like their teachings and all of their stuff are saying no, we can't go that far. So they go back and alter the manuscript so that when it gets stolen, they go in the opposite direction and like no, we're just going to go dark as possible because screw it, the manuscripts were stolen anyways. So the echo is that the technique Yuri learns is no longer forbidden.
Ooh.
Isn't Yuri Ebony Fist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is going like before like this could be even before Yuri was even born.
So Yuri still trains at the Umbral Dojo.
Yeah, but now
we change.
It's not that he like diverged and like he gave into the demon and then that was totally bad. It's like it's more like that was direction that he was supposed to go in the first place. Yeah. It's not forbidden. Yeah. That's good.
So now we modify Yuri uses forbidden technique. Is that what you're saying then?
Yeah. Or I'm not sure. Yeah.
So then it would just be Yuri kills his father.
So it's no longer he still learns. So basically, what you're saying is he still learns the same technique, but it's no longer the forbidden technique.
Yeah, it's no longer forbidden. It's no longer like Yuri took us in a dark direction and he betrayed his father, and like with the technique that we were never supposed to know because it's too evil. Now it's no Yuri. Yuri is like.
So what is the name? What is the name of the forbidden technique? That's no longer forbidden.
The skull shattering fist.
Nice. Let me just format this over here to the left. Doop. Done. What? That's not okay. And we put down here.
There we go.
We put a 1 in it. Why is that upside down?
So here's my one question. So if the manuscript is changed, but the Ebony Fist never had the manuscript, what is the link between the manuscript changing and the Ebony Fist technique changing? Because they didn't have the manuscript.
Right, like the manuscript, like they already learned from the manuscript, but then it was stolen, and so like there was the whole without the manuscripts, the Ebony Fist, like they basically like changed how they did stuff because the manuscript was no longer there. Right. And so they altered the manuscripts to be like, oh no, this is all this good stuff. And so when they changed, they're like, no, see, the manuscript was all this good stuff, like be peaceful, be nice. So we're just going to go in this other direction. And so now they're like a darker group than they were before.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because like this is like these people that are like, no, like we're not evil enough. If we really want our Lord to come and bring us to salvation, we need to go even further than what we've been doing.
So then we contradict the scene. I guess we don't even contradict the scene in a way because it's still like the same thing, but it's like he's embraced it. Like it's no longer forbidden.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm seeing as more of the like the consequences of that are that Yuri isn't seen as like
a hero.
He's seen as like as more of like he's more of he's like the Prophet Muhammad to these guys now. Like he was like, no, like Yuri was like the guy who did all this stuff. We should We should follow in Yuri's footsteps and
Okay.
go even further.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so then. Oh wait, I guess I would wait till my turn to do this.
Yep. But that ends the your focus for crime and
Yeah.
punishment. Now, what that means is when we do the echo, there weren't any contradictions. At the end, we now look at where are we? Okay, now we update our periods. So the player to the left, so that of you, so that would actually be Sam. Sam, you get to revise a period description to match any changes that we've seen.
Okay. So I think this was kind of a implicit description when we were talking about the four winds. Basically, I think as a result of um, Yuri no longer having used a forbidden technique, he's no longer seen as this dark figure that needs to be destroyed. So now the four winds are rebels instead of heroes.
So do we rename the Lamentations?
Um, yeah, so maybe it's I don't know. What do you think? So the way I'm seeing it now is that it's like Yuri's death still like caused this thrust into winter, but now since like people like believe that Yuri is this tragic like figure, that it's like their punishment. Like this winter is like what they deserve for allowing this great leader to die in this terrible way. So I think
Maybe
Lamentations.
leave it as named. It just now
Yeah,
carries a different meaning.
Yeah.
exactly. I think it still works.
Okay.
The big thing is that the four winds, maybe change it to the four winds assemble in secret, or
Well, we don't change events descriptions.
oh, okay,
You just describe the period change
right,
based
right,
Okay.
on we change
okay,
events based on going back in time.
right.
Okay, and now we decide if a faction has achieved its goal or if history has collapsed. Not
Not yet.
quite, not quite.
Yeah.
All right, and then we go to a new lens, which would be me, but it's 11:07, so it's about time for our second break, and so we'll see you back in about 8 minutes or so, with more Once Upon a Game where we're playing Echo.
Yeah.
So